Hey everybody, welcome to Three Fat Truckers. We're your hosts. I'm Bill. Joining me as always are my two fantastic co-hosts, Dave and Steve. How's it going, guys?
Well, it's going
Hey
great.
Gabe. Hey Gabe. How you going, Gabe?
Going great.
Ain't going good. That's my
Good
friend
day,
Dave.
everyone. Enjoy the show.
Yeah, enjoy
I'm
the show.
coming to you from the top of the TIP Truckers and
Top of the
Podcast-
TIP.
Top of the
That's right.
Truckers and Podcast building on the 69th floor.
In the 43,000 square foot
Something's
arena.
wrong.
Any complaints, send them to 1-800.
Something's wrong with my screen, guys. There's four people on here.
There's
Four.
four people.
Four people on here. What's
Yeah.
going on?
Well, okay, so if you're in the YouTube stream, you've already figured it out. We are a foursome today. Hey. Joining us is Dale. He
always
goes
the
by
big
the
spoon.
handle. He goes by the internet handle Dale_CDL. He's a friend of mine, friend of the show.
That
He's
kind
in
of
a-
hard to say on the CB. Dale underscore.
Yeah, they call me Dale_CDL, and I'm checking out. Come back. Yeah, now Dale's joining us, special guest. Welcome to the show, Dale.
Thank you.
All
Glad
right.
to be here.
Yeah,
Welcome,
so-
Dale.
So where are you located, Dale? What
Well, let me
state
get
are
this
you
out of the way real quick.
Uh-oh.
We're on episode 44, recorded on Saturday, October 21st, 2023. Show notes
Wow.
will be on the website, maybe, if I remember. If not, then nobody cares anyway.
Hey. A lot of work went into them.
All right, guys, have at him.
Go, Bill.
Well,
in? State you in, Dale.
Well, I'm in little township in northeast Ohio called Coventry. The nearest big city
He's
is
from
Akron.
Coventry.
Coventry.
There's actually
Yeah.
It's near where I grew up, so I just moved back here.
Do you know where the
You say
Loves
it's near
and Bell
Akron?
Fountain is?
you
Do you
said
know
it's
where the?
near- Go ahead,
Go ahead.
Dave.
I said, do you know where the Loves and Bell Fountain is?
That's all the way on the
yeah.
other end of the state, brother.
I know it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Yeah,
that
it
was
was at
close.
What
Rouse.
are we doing here, man?
I
it was
don't
at,
know.
We have a three fat trucker stuck on the sticker there
Got Dave
on the
Heimers
pump
already.
if you drive up there.
That's the one north of 37 off of
Yes.
75, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
but
you-
answer Steve's. Or
You're by
I answered
Akron?
Steve- Yeah, answer Dave's question. Yeah, like Akron's here. I'm like here. Barberton's over here,
Mm-hmm.
and then Norton is over here. Basically, 277.
Right off Worcester Road.
Yeah, if you know where 277, the
Mm.
loop that goes south of Akron, I'm off of the main street.
Used to
exit.
go over there to Navarre quite a bit.
You ain't going nowhere on 277. It is all effed up in Akron.
They actually
Oh,
No,
opened.
that's
It is.
277's how you got to go now.
They opened that up. That's actually finished now.
Oh, finally?
Now they're still tearing up 76 and 77 is still having random changes that they sometimes forget to tell us.
Yes.
We like to be kept on our toes.
Yes, it's guess and drive as you go.
I still consider myself an Akronite because I lived there previously. But
In LeBron Jamesville.
that's actually about. That's like
He's a Goodyear
15
tire guy. Come on.
Yeah, that's like 15 minutes from here.
That's
west
off
of
Kelly
here.
Avenue, dude.
Is where he's from. But
Listen to these
yeah,
guys
we-
talk like they know where you're at.
I do, dude. I used to go all the time there. I went over there to the place that made hubs,
Hubs.
the Meritor.
What kind of
the
hubs?
Meritor down
Truck
there
hubs?
from,
car hubs? Hubcaps? What are you talking about
Right
here?
off Kelly Avenue down through there.
Yeah, Kelly.
Oh, Meritor, yeah.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
but we've been having construction since
6 years that I know of.
2015, and pretty much we've only had two sections of like 3 months where we didn't.
Well, Ohio has seen a lot of evolution in the roads going across there. In reference to roads like 30, back when I started driving, that was
2
mostly
lanes
two
forever.
lanes going all the way across. 24 going up to
Toledo.
Toledo out of Fort Wayne. That used to be two. Oh, God, that was a nightmare to beat the band.
Then
And
running
then-
across 2 up north, across
Mm-hmm.
the lake to
Oh,
go
and-
over to Cleveland without getting down on the toll road and all
Even
that.
20 up there is redone already.
Yeah.
How about 33 out of Silverthorne?
Yeah. Now, if we could just get Wapakoneta
Okay.
to the lake, we would
Did
be
you
good.
used to travel 33 much? How long have you been driving truck?
It'll be 20 years
Okay.
in
Bill
December
knows where
5th.
I'm going this probably. Did
Okay.
you ever travel the 33 up around Indian Lake and all that stuff up through there?
I know where you're going.
Did you run a CB?
Yeah, his girlfriend
There was
used to be
always-
on the CB.
Nah, it wasn't my girlfriend, bitch. There was always a gal on here, older gal, and she went by the handle Boogie Mama.
Yeah.
And she
Steve
would get
gave her
on
that
there,
name.
and guys would just rip her a new one, and she could talk so dirty and foul language, she'd make you blush, dude, calling these guys names and when they were, poking the bear kind of deal, and they went through there all the time, and it was comedy hour every time you drove through there and heard her yakking. So
Yeah,
if you knew who it
no,
was, you know, but if not, you don't know. I mean,
Those who know.
yeah, pretty much.
the other route was 35 out of Hurricane,
Mm-hmm.
West Virginia. They're actually bypassing all that now. You don't go
That's done, by
through-
the way.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
been done for about a
Yeah.
year.
But you
You
got to
go down
hang
to
on
Charleston
to your.
down there.
You got to hang
Yeah.
on to your seat when you
64.
enter the bridges because they didn't figure out how to make.
What
them
is wrong
smooth.
with that bridge? That's one of the worst bridges I go
That's
across.
every-
Four
bridge,
of them,
dude.
4 of them across there. It'll launch you out of your seat because
God
brand new
sakes.
highway.
No, I got one better. 840 going around Nashville.
Yeah, I was just
You
on
know-
that. I'll be on it Monday.
I was just
That's
there
the way
yesterday.
you always went around it, because if you went that way before they made it all, you get off 65 at exit 2 at the Flying J, and you start heading that way towards Portland to go around the scale
No.
and
No.
cut over that way to get to 840 as you come down there. They did, and it's been how long, many years it's been now, but they was redoing a bridge across the river down there, and right where they were redoing it, right past there was Reba McIntyre's ranch.
Is that the direction you took me when we were coming home
Yes.
from? Yeah, I got
And it
to
wa-
see a
it
lot
was-
of.
Oh, yeah, and it's nice driving down through there.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't all truck friendly.
Well, it is now. So, yeah. I used to find all sorts of shortcuts, dude.
Okay,
Going around scales and shit.
I just run legal, so I don't have to go around them.
Well, I had to after I got permitted all the time, but yeah.
Have you been on 22, US 22? I mean, not US 22, I-22, out of Birmingham all the way up to visit Elvis.
To visit
Oh
Elvis
yeah,
up in
yeah,
Memphis.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We was over in that neck of the woods week before last.
That
Yep.
that was one squirrely ass road before
Yep.
they bypassed it, because you're like, then you go from 55 down to 25 down
Yep.
the hill.
Well, it's that way in Texas on about every road. But it's
No, it goes
75
from
and
70
85
to
to 45. And then right back up immediately.
I just remember there used to be like 6 different speed limits on every damn road down there. Just
Do you-
'cause you had a daytime and a nighttime. And
Yeah,
a truck
do you
daytime
remember
that? Oh, yeah,
and a
that's
truck
right, yeah.
Black
nighttime.
sign and the white sign.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was, the nighttime was what? 55 and daytime was 65.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was for safety. Then they did away with it. Oh, hell, let's just make it 85 all the time.
Yeah, well, 75. Come on,
Well,
Yeah, they upgraded it
no,
to
it's 85
60.
on the west side of the state.
is it?
Yeah, for
Down on 10, it's 85.
Oh yeah, same
Yeah.
as up in
Out
same
El
as
Paso
up.
down
You'd have a 2-lane road going across that fucking place. 75
Every 2-lane in
mile an hour.
Texas is 70, dude, if there's a berm.
Yeah, that
Well,
was.
yeah, but they all used to be 2-lane. And have you drove across Texas lately?
I
today.
used to run Texas all the time, man.
I
have
was
you
there
noticed
last.
at Southeast?
Huh?
Was it Southeast Texas? You ever noticed that they have the slowest speed limits in the state?
It's pretty
Not no
densely
more.
populated, but
Not
it's
no
not like
more.
it used to be. That
I got to give them credit because they build the best overpasses. Man, they're not afraid to go up and over everything.
They build the best ones to put cardboard houses underneath for all the homeless.
They're pretty high.
I'm
They're not
serious,
going
dude.
to.
You
They're not
go
going to
into
stay very
Houston,
dry. Well, yeah.
There's a
Houston,
city under every
definitely.
overpass in Houston of cardboard
But
boxes.
you go right as you go in Texarkana, they're like 40 feet in the air. It's like wow.
Well, that's because they got
They
10
over-
roads colliding in one spot, and you got to stagger them to make them.
I wonder why that 30 is so rough. That's like a wooden roller coaster going.
It does, yes.
roller
Going.
coaster.
Yeah,
I
you
just
know what I
drove it
mean?
last week. Yeah, it's just up and down, up and
Yeah.
down.
I don't know
Keeps
what's
you
wrong
awake.
with that road.
They
If you
figure
wanna
they keep
talk-
you awake.
If you want to talk about some bad roads, I want to call out I-70 in Indiana
No, come on.
and
That's a,
I-40 in Arizona.
yeah, I got that one too. Yeah.
Every road in Michigan and every road in Arkansas.
Michigan is actually doing pretty good,
Michigan, I think, is
Yeah.
being better
Yeah.
than Indiana. Indiana's just gone, I don't know.
especially up there on the old
Arkansas on
racetrack.
40 or 30 is dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Arkansas is better
No
than
matter
it
what
was
lane
20
you're
years
in.
ago.
Both lanes. You used to be able to get to the left lane and hold up all the traffic because it was smoother. But
Yeah.
everybody's done it for so long, it's just as bad as the other lane now.
Well, I
Yeah.
have some cousins and an aunt that's in. Well, I've lost contact with them, but the last I heard, like my aunt was in Carmel, and my
Is
one
it Carmel or Caramel?
Depends
The
how
other one-
hungry you are.
Bill's thinking now, he's going, I don't care, it'll taste good.
I
I
could go
think
with
my
the
other-
caramel right now.
No caramel.
Oh, I remember Noblesville.
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 I have a cousin that
don't know.
lives there.
I don't know. I'm assuming they're still there, but I grew up because I'll be 50 this spring, and I would, my parents would go in the station wagon. There's a '79 Buick
Just
You got to
station
look
Cruiser.
at
Did
the
you
traffic
have the-
getting ready to hit you.
Ford
Did you have
or
the
Vista Cruiser.
wood side station wagon?
I
growing
seen
up?
one today.
We had a green
The
Ford
Woody
LTD.
wagon? Oh, God.
and I would be in the sleeping bag or in the back of the of the station wagon and doing whatever I did in the '80s, magazines or
Did they
whatever.
have the window rolled down so you sucking exhaust the
I
whole
know.
way?
Oh yeah, it was like a wind
All the
tunnel.
trucks went by.
And I could tell when I entered into Indiana because it was like,
Yep. Yeah.
It's so
I remember when
embarrassing.
69 used to be that way.
Oh, God.
well, I don't understand it. I mean, they're one of the first states to have an interstate. I mean, they started in Kansas. And they moved
Because they
their way
still have the
east.
same one.
It's the same. It hasn't moved. It's still
Well,
the
this
same
time-
road.
They haven't changed it.
They figured out
They
you
did
put a
s-
lime down, it don't get so rough.
Yeah, they did a scorched earth this time where they actually went down to the dirt.
Didn't make
And
a
you-
shit bit of difference.
And,
No,
Because
It's-
they
it's
did that
when
on
you s-
469, and
It's when you see them tear it up and they're running them compactor pounder trucks, putting that bentonite powder in the dirt to supposedly
make a
make
shit
it
bit
harder
of
so it
difference.
doesn't sink or soften. And you see them pounding that shit in for a month. You're like, well, this road ain't gonna last.
Yeah, it
I
don't
got,
make.
I got used to taking 40. I would get off at where the Petro, there in the last exit in Ohio that loops around, goes into Indiana, comes back into Ohio. I would get off at 40 and just take that all the way to 465.
Even 22 coming out of Bill, you'll be impressed. Tupelo up to
Ah,
Memphis.
God sakes, dude. That's like three
Is he
times in a row
using
you
big
said that.
words again, or what?
Yeah, he's using them 50 cent
and
words.
knows where he's been too.
That's right. Up the once you get up there to Memphis, right out there. Oh, that is so rough there. right
See-
before the bypass. So
See, we're waiting for Dave to call us. Somebody call us one day, and Dave's supposed to be going to Florida, and he's going to call us. I think I made a wrong turn. I'm out here in Albuquerque, and
I'm waiting on Kim to tell me to go down to, I don't know, Nashville or something and pick him up from the cop shop because they had him hauled in for sitting in the truck stop with no pants on or something like that.
we try and make sure his name's in his underwear so they know where to return him.
at least drive that way so I know where to go.
I just want you to make sure you stay in the habit of wearing that little necklace I gave you.
The first
So our new
alert,
guys,
help,
so
I'm
our
falling
new-
and I
yeah.
can't get up. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah.
our new guy is a tech nerd like our host of our show is.
Oh, there we go.
And they
He's
kind of talk together
us
in their
leeway.
other little podcasts. And so I decided to do our show notes news story about tech nerds. So I figure we ought to jump into this.
All right, this is going to be really
Get
stupid.
in there, Bill. Put
Yeah.
your snorkel on.
Yeah.
What I decided to do is I got a video of the company that they posted. So we're going to show a little quick video here of what the company is, and then we'll go from there on the news stories. So you got this, Bill? Look at
I
that.
think so. Can everybody hear that?
Yes, sir.
I've been driving for 7 years. I'm a third generation lady trucking.
I've been driving for about 7 years. I am the first driver in my family.
Hey,
I've
Dave.
been driving for 9 years. I started because of my dad. It's in my blood.
2015. New trucking
Cuando
company.
antes de conocer a Convoy, antes de que no estábamos con Convoy, trabajamos con otro broker. Era totalmente difícil.
I was calling brokers on the daily. You can be 30 brokers in calling before you can find a load.
I had to take what was given.
We didn't have a lot of freedom. We will take orders like, you do this, you're doing this.
Sounds like every truck driving job out there.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes there, G-Money.
Convoy, it's a lot different. Convoy has an app set up perfectly. So not only are you bidding on loads, or not only do they show you your lane, but they have comeback loads. It's a game changer.
As a new carrier working with Convoy, I had access to the prime loads from the very beginning.
You can plan your life a lot better with Convoy, and you can book loads straight through the app, and you know what you're doing this time, a couple days from now. That's a lot easier.
Especially with a comeback.
It's one photo, one upload on the app, and I'm done.
What the quick pay from Convoy is like no percentage taken off, and you get your money in 2-3 days. I feel like we both win because the shippers, they're happy that their product is getting one place to another on time when they need it. We take pride on our work. It's just a whole circle that if we're doing good, everybody's looking good around us.
With Power Only, they're able to load their trailers on their own pace and schedule when the delivery can be picked up.
It's a win-win for the shippers and the drivers. There's transparency, no hidden fees, no hidden costs. Everything is there.
La tecnología de Convoy te da la facilidad de no correr millas vacías.
I knew Bill would like
They
this
can
part.
give you round trips, which then makes less deadhead miles, which are better for the environment. And not only that, it saves money and puts money back in the company.
I have kids, I have daughters. They're gonna grow up in a healthy environment. We're looking into a couple of decades into the future.
I can't live without Convoy right now.
Truck, yeah.
So this company started up, and it's going to be a tech company, okay? And they thought they would get in line and do Uber-style trucking. We're going to do it just like Uber does in the cars and the trucks. And it's based out of Seattle, Washington and stuff. So, Bill, you want to go ahead and go with the Seattle times there?
All right, so what Dave's referring to is an article in the Seattle Times from the 29th, which is October 29th of 2019, Dave.
I know.
Okay.
There's a reason. There's a reason for this.
All right. Seattle-based Convoy app, the Uber for trucking, tries to navigate some Uber-scale problems. And it goes on. Amit Sekhri, I apologize, took up trucking in the thick of the Great Recession, drawn in part by the freedom of driving the open roads. He was prepared for long hours and weeks away from home, but two of his biggest and least expected gripes were the constant phone calls and late payments. Like many truckers, Sekhri booked his jobs through freight brokers, a class of intermediaries who do most of their business by phone, and many have a bad habit of paying late. Then he discovered an app called Convoy. Are they paying us?
Not yet. Keep going.
It lets him select nearby loads listed by shippers and get paid a day or two after completing a trip. It uses a phone's GPS to estimate a driver's arrival time for pickup and tracks where he is throughout the route. For these reasons, Seattle-based Convoy is often described as Uber for trucking, a moniker that took hold before the real Uber set up a competing business and was gripped by a corporate crisis. Sekri, 30, now drives his own truck and serves as a dispatcher for 4 drivers who deliver orders through Convoy. Traditional job boards and occasional Uber Freight. He credits Convoy for solving some of his main grievances with the job. It's pretty easy. You like the pace, you accept it, you assign it to a driver, and you can track them. I don't have to call the driver and say, "Where are you at?" Sekri says. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Convoy also lists accurate pickup times, letting him squeeze in a shower or a meal outside his truck.
Sounds like every broker that we ever worked for, right, Steve?
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
This is pretty long. What am I getting
Yeah.
at here, Dave?
Just go down to the bottom of this paragraph, okay? You don't have to read the whole thing because it's pretty long.
All right. People move freight. Or do you mean even lower? What am I looking for, Dave? Why don't you go ahead and take it?
What you're looking for is Convoy. What they did is they tried picking up. I'll give you the cliff notes because it is.
Yeah,
long.
do it, please.
Convoy is trying to pick up and do like the Uber did of doing everything off of their phone with the GPS, having the drivers complete. Well, then the great shortage fell into line where we went through the COVID and everything, and all the owner-operators complaining that 2016, I was making $1,000 for this run. Now I'm down to $900 a run. So as they go through, the money keeps falling off. And the tech companies were the ones that all got involved with this. Walmart was involved. If you see, there's another video I didn't show, all the skids. All the big companies got involved with it because it was a tech company. So scroll down 3/4 of the page here, and you'll see another story from Tech Trucking News. Take it from there, Bill. It's a nice, short, little sweet thing, and then you'll understand what
Which
this whole...
paragraph are you talking about?
Just go down till you see the red letters. It says Tech Truck News. First line is Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates.
Okay. Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates backed trucking startup to slash hundreds of jobs after being just weeks away from running out of money. Huh. Convoy, a Seattle-based trucking startup whose investors include Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates, will slash hundreds of jobs in the coming days as it prepares to woo prospective buyers, according to a person familiar with the matter. The once buzzy startup, often described as the Uber for trucking, has already whittled its staff down to about 500 people from a peak of 1,500.
So,
and
2/3 gone.
Why did they need 1,500 people if it was a tech? Anyway.
Well, they got warehouses and trailers, and so.
And was on track to run out of money in a matter of weeks, said people familiar with the matter. That sounds shady as fuck. A majority of the remaining employees will be let go in an effort to make Convoy more attractive to potential acquirers, most likely established companies in the trucking industry that the startup was trying to disrupt, the person said. Other suitors who are less active in the negotiations now include Walmart, AP Moller-Maersk, said one of the people who asked not to be identified because they weren't authorized to share their information and didn't know what they were talking about anyway. Convoy alarmed customers Wednesday with an email telling them it couldn't accept any new orders and that existing customers due to be picked up in the next 3 days should be canceled. Bloomberg reviewed the correspondence from Convoy's sales team. Supply Chain's news website FreightWaves earlier reported the customer letter about the shipment cancellations. A spokesperson for Convoy said the company is going through a transition and will have more information within 2 days. So
hold on. I used to get in trouble for this. I would go ahead of the notes here and I would change stuff and put smart ass comments in. And
Yeah.
Bill Cole reads it and he would just read everything I put in there.
I forgot about that.
Yes, he has done
And I
that.
got in trouble because he's worried about us getting sued for libel, slander, whatever you want to call it.
It's free.
And so that's how I came up with the other segment of making bullshit, so I didn't get in trouble for changing their news.
So what is this, a poke at me saying that this person?
No,
didn't
I
know?
just let him know
Well,
that
look
that's
how
what I
this
used
was
to do to you.
written. I mean,
Yes, I know.
saith a person who is close to the matter. Get the
Well-
fuck out of here with that shit.
Well, if you notice, this was posted October 18th, 2023. That's what I said. You have to wait to get to the end.
Oh,
So-
we're not up on the recent news. No.
And the only
No.
reason this whole thing caught my interest is do you see the bottom picture there? Whose truck's that?
Is it yours?
Yes,
Except he ain't got 2 stacks sticking
I know
up.
it. You caught that right off the
Yeah.
bat. Yeah.
He's a grass burner.
So I
And-
seen that and I
And
go,
you
what's
don't
this?
see his head above the visor with the seat pumped up all the way either.
Yeah, I don't sit up at eye. But I seen the picture
me
and I
share
read
this
the
here.
story. I read the story and I go, well, what the hell does this got to do with anything? So then I had to go back and do some research. And I found out, it's a big tech company and they're going to
And the
set the
speed limit
world
sign
on
back
fire.
behind him says 55.
Yeah,
So,
Dale, this is the kind of truck that Dave drives.
And my mom.
Yeah.
And Steve's mom. Yeah,
They have matching trucks.
They have matching trucks. It's
They hold hands every
adorable.
once in a while.
They skip and hold hands. It's great.
680.
Yes. So I had to go back and do some research and go, okay, why are they invested in it? And then I got all the way back to where I read this other story from Seattle there, and I thought, and if you go down in the story a little farther, they go, yeah, this new app is going to get rid of emissions out there, and they're going to be real big in the electric trucks because it saves so much time. And that's when I started laughing for Bill because he knows, like I do, the electric truck thing isn't going to work. But
yeah,
we're
but
going
I
to
don't
kill
think,
the earth to try it.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with technology being leveraged in the workplace, with things, but you've got to couple that mad energy that these startups tend to have with a little bit of common sense and a little bit of old sage wisdom, that you've got to make sure you can weather the lows and the highs. And God knows in the trucking industry, we've had our lows. Can you feel me now?
But I honestly think these startup companies don't actually sit down with you, Steve, any of us, and talk, okay, what is trucking like? Why are you doing it? And why will this not work besides just jumping in and taking statistics?
Well, it's
You
a
gotta-
top-down kind of view they take, I think, because they're looking at it from the perspective of the
they're doing the
shippers and
numbers.
receivers and the companies. They're not looking at it from the perspective of the driver or the people that are trying to, make a profit from actually moving the freight.
And
and
in the
how
story, in the story, it did say a lot of little companies that weren't Walmart and Kmart and all the big ones
Well, Kmart's
were able
gone,
to.
bud.
Yeah, I know it.
I was gonna let it go.
They
No.
They sold out. They sold their Craftsman line finally.
What
to
about
Stanley.
Dave? What about Woolworths?
Woolworths.
Woolworths.
What about
Yeah,
Wolf and
you
Montgomery
Dessar?
Ward.
You young, yeah, we got to have Super 8, Super Value. We're hauling their groceries and little.
We
Piggly
lost
Wiggly-
him, Steve.
Lowlies.
Lowlies.
That's a local
Drugs.
store. Yeah. Hooks.
Hooked.
Chronisters.
I don't even remember Chronisters. What the hell was that?
They were around
When I
for
said
about.
Woolworths, Dave knew who that one was.
Well, yeah, I know
they
who
had
that-
a Woolworths when I was in Germany. That
Over there?
yeah,
Just like ours?
same company. Yeah, apparently
That's
they
where Dave
were.
used to get his tough skin jeans. That was Sears.
No,
Tough
that was
Skin jeans.
Sears.
God, the tough skin. Did you have the tough skins, Dale?
And the
Hold on.
Grand
Tough
Animals.
skin.
You
My
were skinny. We had
No,
the
I-
husky size.
I actually had the corduroy for like good pants.
When you walked, it goes.
Dude, you could start a fire with those things,
Well,
man.
us fat kids that had the fat thighs would wear holes through them suckers.
Oh my! we would heat a room with the with the friction off of them.
No,
bad
that
boys.
hold on, that was the old joke where the old lady.
Come on with it.
Come on.
I can't.
Yeah,
I
you
can't.
can.
Just clean it up and
Don't
go
bail
for
on
it.
us
There's
now.
no cleaning it up.
Well, yeah, you can. Say Cookie Monster instead of
Cookie
something else.
Okay, your neighbor went running
there
across
you go.
the yard, and it sounded like Velcro. Zzz, 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 zzz. Okay, there you go.
Oh my God, tough skins though, dude. You could. I don't even know.
I remember Granibles where you got the
Well, that
shirt
was
and
a
pants
Tough
match, you
Skins
know?
was a jean material. I swear, it was never washed.
It wasn't
Never
denim.
softened
It was
up.
just it was original denim.
I think it was something that NASA was supposed to buy, but they didn't.
It was
and
tiles
so
for the space shuttle, dude.
Yeah, it was the tile for the
That shit
land.
was. It would if you didn't get them broke in, it would rub you. Your skin would bleed.
Oh, you got
Now get them soaking wet, and then get through the day at school.
They weigh like 50
That was
pounds.
hell on earth, and you were
How much
chafed.
are you sweating there, Chubby?
No, I'd go out.
Don't
Now, you know how
remember
it was. You'd go
could
out
and
playing.
fall
I
in
didn't
a
have.
mud puddle, and your knees would never get wet. It was
Well,
so sick. It wouldn't
so-
even soak through.
We got this thing up here called snow, and you go out in recess.
Snow.
Now, it used to anyway, and we'd go out and play, and we would make snow hill because it actually used to snow in those days. You remember? You were there, and we
I was
would.
there for the blizzard of '78, dude.
All them other kids had. Oh God! All them other kids would have like snowsuits and all that. Rich people. You know that thing you guys had, David?
Yeah,
growing
yeah.
up there.
Snowsuits, yeah.
Snowsuits, yeah. And your mom
No
used
pants.
to bundle
hold
you
on,
up.
hold on. I'm gonna say it, and you're gonna know that you're gonna be. Yeah, that was us. The Wonder Bread bags on your feet. Keep
Doesn't
your
that
Oh, I
suck,
still
socks
do
from getting
that.
wet.
I still do that.
Keep your feet dry. Didn't matter how wet they got.
Hey,
It smelled like a loaf of bread.
that
What about
actually
the,
worked.
The Velcro Kids.
Oh, the kangaroos. Remember the roos? They had the little pocket on the side with the zipper, and it was Velcro.
Well,
I
Dave
was-
said Granimals earlier.
I was 8 years old, and Converse come out with their Converse All Stars, and I talked my mom into taking me to buy a pair.
Got a pair of
And,
Chucks, huh?
and we walked into the store, and
These
she
things are
looked
awful.
at them and goes, "I am not paying $13 for a pair of tennis shoes when we can go to Kmart and get them for $5 all day."
And they were tracks at Kmart.
Yes.
Used to call them the buddies. You couldn't get away with wearing stuff like that back then. Nowadays, these kids are wearing. I mean, they're wearing shoes that don't match.
That's a whole-
and
yeah.
They just don't get picked on. I
Their
mean, they
socks-
get picked on for
their
other
socks
things.
don't match either.
Yeah, that's cute.
They give
though. That's the
they
girls
give up
do
sort.
that.
They give up sorting.
I ain't gonna show you the ones I got on then.
They don't match, do they?
Remember, what was it, Aerosmith and Run DMC with the Adidas?
My
yeah.
Adidas
I got-
walking on 25th Street, funky
I got
fresh,
my
and yes,
mother-
go on my feet.
My mother never would buy me things that were fashionable or anything because she says you're going to grow out of it anyway. But I convinced her that I wanted Adidas.
Well, let me look cool while I grow out of it.
And
No,
I
I'm
got
saying-
the Adidas just because of the music video, and she didn't like me watching the music television, but I watched it anyway. And I wore them for like a week, and I told my mom, I said, I don't like them. And I said, I'm gonna go back to my Nikes, or no, not
Let the
Reeboks.
beatings
the
begin.
The Reeboks. And my mom, what she would do, because we had the same size feet at that time, she would wear my old shoes when
See, Bill, you thought you was the
Are
only
you
one.
really
poor.
short? Is your mom like 6 foot?
Yeah, but
My mom,
Yeah,
he had
my-
Nikes and Reeboks, though. I had some shit you had
Yeah.
to rap on.
she was 5'2", and I outgrew her very quickly. But
Oh.
no, she made me wear those for the entire school year.
Oh, yeah.
because of
She
how
bought 'em.
expensive they were.
You bought them.
My first pair
can
of
remember-
name
remember when
brand
the
shoes is
cowboy
when I
dingo
had a
boots come in?
job to buy them myself.
Oh,
Okay. I remember getting cowboy boots. And
Remember
one
the
day
dingo
I-
boots?
Yes,
that
sir.
they
The
would
blue
pay
jean
money
ones,
for.
dude. The dingo
Yeah.
Ain't you
boots
something
with
but
the-
a
with the
dingo,
pocket on
man.
the side. And I had to have a pair of them.
used to go over the cowboy on Covington Road and ride the bull.
Now
Oh,
I
my.
remember going to, oh shit, the dude, Tom Speece in Fort Wayne. They had all.
Oh yeah,
Always had the weird commercials. You drive
He had
Mercedes.
blue jeans,
That was
and
a
cowboy
cool.
boots.
That was a cool store,
We had
though.
three
man.
of
He
them
had
in
a
Fort
couple
Wayne.
of them. And
One in
then
Bluffton
it
and
was
one in Wabash.
Marion
didn't
too.
have one.
We had one at Southtown Mall on the south side of town here, and it was
Yep.
all
But
like
it was
wood on the
jeans and
inside.
cowboy boots galore, dude.
Yeah,
You know he's still in
and
business.
sports
he owns
equipment.
the sport. He owns the
Yeah.
sports flex in Fort
Yeah.
Wayne.
He's
and
been
one
dead
in
for
Indy.
20 years.
Well, yeah, he been dead, but
Yeah.
it's still Spies Sports Center.
Spees
The old
Field
house.
House.
It's
Cha-ching.
the old super warehouse that they did it in.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
out
There's
there
still
by
a sign over there on 24 coming through on the side of one of them barns that says Spies there in Wabash somewhere.
I remember going through them bins. They were the first person to put bins up there looking for blue jeans.
Where you
And
found
they
them
always
your
had a
size
mark.
even.
Yep. Yeah, that's back when I could wear 32s, 32 30s.
You bragger.
That was a long time ago.
I could probably take my pants and make 2 pairs of 32s out of them.
One for each leg, yeah. So can I. So you ain't got nothing on me. I still wear 32s on this side and 32 on that
Yeah,
side.
I'm just wearing 2 of them.
I wear a 28 slim
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
on each leg.
No, Steve does wear some tight pants now. I'm not gonna.
Tight?
Dude,
Well, he
you're-
still wears a belt.
I wear a
He
belt on my
does. Steve
pants
don't
up.
need to.
Yeah. See, I don't. I wear suspenders. I got to keep them up. So,
I'll have you know I got a pair of bibs this week.
yeah.
Last week.
Do you leave your
Wore-
boobs?
I wore-
Did
I
you leave
wore
your
'em-
boobs hanging out like all the
No.
girls are doing now?
I
Did
had
you
a
just put one
t-shirt
strap on and leave the other one off?
Well, it didn't have the adjustments. I had to twist them to make them shorter. So that
Oh,
they
really?
wouldn't I don't know. It was different. There's a pair of Dickies. But I wore them, and I'm like, these are uncomfortable as shit.
Well, you every time you bend over, it gives you a wedgie.
Yeah,
you realize
it was hot. I don't know.
I used to. I've still got 2 pairs of the Rural King brand ones that I can't remember what the name of the brand
Rural
name
King.
is. I don't mind them. They're all right. I mean, you ain't got to worry about pulling your pants up all day long, but it just feels weird.
Well, when you
because-
two wear the camper spenders, what do you want?
Hey, they're called
Hey,
backpack,
easy,
not
easy.
camper.
I've
there.
looked for them, and I haven't been able to find them on the internet.
That's because
You
you're
want a
looking on
link?
that.
You want the 2-inch or the 3-inch?
Yeah, and I got mine through Duluth Trader.
Is that 3 inches or?
Well, that's what she thinks.
Gonna have to ask your
That's
lady.
6 inches. For years, you've been telling everybody that's 12 inches.
Tell everybody that's 12 inches.
Yeah.
Do
All
those,
right.
do those Rural Kings still bleed for 3 times after you wash them because of the dye in them?
Probably.
I don't know. I tend to. I'm kind of anal about my laundry.
Are you stone wash yours? Do you
Ain't nobody
buy?
would stonewash nothing since 1986. Can you even
Are
get
you sneezing?
stonewash?
Yeah. Are you sneezing, Steve, or you just get some bad hairs up your nose?
Had a little whiskey backing up on me.
So, are we
Taking away
ready
my
for?
uvula, Dave? Oh,
Are we ready to do some telling the truth or not?
oh I didn't do any stories. I just found some.
Believe it or not,
Yeah, some might be true, some might not be. See
I
what
like
you guys
this.
can
I like
figure out.
this, especially since we have a guest. We can
So-
have somebody else look like a fool
Yeah,
just besides
so-
Bill.
Yeah,
Somebody else
one-
can
And
make
me.
Bill look silly, I guess, besides Dave.
I happen to tell you right now that
You won
I've
last
been-
week.
I've been doing better.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
So I want some
I was just-
credit.
I was just going to say that Bill has been on a roll, I think, the last
Yeah,
2
I've been on a
episodes.
Yeah.
roll.
Well, because he sits there and thinks I just coast and I'll make up everyone forever.
Because
and then
for a
finally,
while,
when I
yeah.
don't make one up, he's like, I don't know about that.
He's an excellent storyteller, is the thing,
I'm
and
just a
so
bullshitter.
yeah. Well, I mean, they're just good
I come from
stories.
a long line of bullshitters. If you knew my dad, people that knew my dad, I tell you, everybody that listens to this, especially my family listens to this, they're going to be like, oh, yeah.
Dave sat
My
next
dad
to
was
your
full of
mom
shit.
at the safety meeting today.
All
so-
day.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. What was she saying? Telling stories about me?
No, she just showed me pictures of you with
Yeah,
yours.
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. I
My
sent it to
favorite's
Bill.
that picture of you naked in the damn sink.
The tub?
The sink.
Oh, I thought they had a
Baby
little tub in
pictures
the
of you
sink,
naked
yeah.
in the sink. Everybody's got a picture naked in the sink as a baby playing.
I was
Yeah,
too
I
big
do,
for
but
the sink,
goddamn, it
dude.
looked
had to
kinda
be the
funny
tub.
last year
never
when
fit
I-
in the sink.
I did it last year, and it kind
I
of
come out
busted the
13
sink.
pounds, dude. Okay.
All right.
You
so
ready,
here we
Bill?
go. Okay. Believe it or not. Okay, so what do we got here? It's just some.
Just stuff. Maybe some stuff I found is true. Maybe some stuff I made up.
So these are some
Maybe
quickies.
from the Onion, maybe not.
So we got some quickies here, and we're just
Quickies?
Gonna, okay. Your
Well, I
eyes.
didn't know how much time we was gonna have. We had somebody on, and I figured we'd be tied up talking and bullshitting. So, and we're not done yet. So I'm sure.
So this
I like
first
a
one is
quickie.
all kinds of messed up for mathematical and systematical reasons. Your eyes blink around 20 times a minute. That's over 10 million times a year. Let's talk about numbers for a second.
Do you want to know how many minutes there are in a year, Bill? I can tell you real quick.
Real
So
quick?
let's see.
How quick is
Well,
it?
quick enough. So there's 60 minutes
60
in an hour
times 60
times
60.
24 hours is 1440, and
Times 365.
yep, times 3.
Google, how many days in a year?
525,600.
And that is not 10 million.
Yeah, but you got to go for when you're sleeping, too.
Or it depends on how much caffeine you have.
Well, that is true, too.
You
And
got
Bill's the
fucking-
caffeine
You got
king.
Tourette's. What the hell?
No, I'm first.
That's
The first half of that is too low. The second half is too high. So
By the way,
that's
who's the one that's got
false.
the lazy eye at work? I got to keep looking at him. Go, look at me when I talk to you.
I don't know, Dave.
Well done, you. Now, first one's false. You blink a lot more times than that.
But I can't hit 10 million.
It
Maybe in a life.
It says around.
Well, that around's what, around the Earth?
I don't know how
what's
many.
Our guest? What's our guest think?
What do you think? He's googling it.
Oh,
He's
is he?
cheating.
That's
Yeah.
cheating.
He got out the second computer.
No, I forgot. I thought I had turned off my other laptop and it was still in suspend mode, so I
Oh.
thought I was going to turn it off. Yeah, I'm kind of questioning the 10 million
A bit
times.
dubious.
I don't even
Unless-
notice when I blink.
You're not supposed to.
But that's what I'm
You got
saying.
you got enough shit to remember, Dave.
I know it.
Well, if it's 500,000 minutes in a year,
Maybe I didn't figure the math right.
I'm
Well,
not
no,
saying
no.
the second part's inaccurate, but it's just that 20 times a minute does not translate to 10 million a year.
well, I don't know consciously how much you actually blink.
I've heard it.
So maybe just despite Bill, I can just say that
I'm skewing the numbers right now.
It's 27,395
So,
times a day.
I'm going to tell you
So
right now.
You got to blink that many to get.
This, and Bill's going to get right on this. This is in the Reader's Digest Asia that I used last time. It was so good before.
Are you kidding
And
me?
this
They read Reader's
Doctor,
Digest
it
in
just
Asia?
said Dr. Chris, Dr. Chris and Dr. XAND. I don't know how you say it.
Zand.
They're the one that
Xand.
came. It's true. They're the one that came up with this.
Well, you have to blink 27 million.
Can
a
you
day to
imagine
hit
two of
that.
them sitting in the park watching the women doing Tai Chi? One looks at the other and says, "Oh, you know how many times you blink this year? Over 20 million times."
a day?
Okay, the next one.
That Chinese food for lunch.
Your ears never stop growing.
That is true. I've seen some old men that's got elephant ears on them.
Some
They're
guys that
Dumbo
look like some guys that look like they can hear 10 minutes in the future.
Yeah. And God was funny because he also made their hair stop growing on their head and made it start growing in their ears
Yeah, among other places.
and your
So
back.
what do you think? Dave said true. Bill?
I say
No, false.
It's true.
Well, true.
It's
We
true.
got two true and a false.
It's true, Bill.
Man, fuck all
The
y'all.
same two doctors.
Hey.
Okay, number 3. Earwax is actually a type of sweat.
Yes, true.
That is not a type of sweat. It's too thick.
It's rendered down, Dave. It's, you know how when you make a roux or whatever.
Yeah,
We're not eating it, dipshit.
trust me, I'm not
A
having
roux. He
roux
goes automatically to
earwax.
food, Dave.
Well, you know when you
Well,
you feel bad and you put that little salt pack on your head and you lay your head down on your pillow.
What?
It takes like 3. That's some old recipe stuff here.
No, it ain't.
Well, you just put urine in your ear, Dave, for an ear infection. Don't give me that.
Oh, I thought that was only for a snake bite.
You know what my mom used to do?
No,
My
we don't
mom would
want to
take a
know.
dr- she'd take a drag off her
Did she just pee on your
cigarette.
whole head?
She used to take a drag off her cigarette, blow the smoke in my ear, and then hurry up and shove a cotton ball in there. Because she
Did your eyes get a little foggy?
I see that look on your face, like, holy shit, that is fucked up. Yeah, no.
Hey,
You were taking nicotine into your ear canal.
so
She was-
nicotine
No
cleans.
I had
wonder why-
forgotten all
No
about
wonder why
that.
you're short. It's not, she stunted your
No,
growth.
okay, one more time, Steve. I'm not short.
I have a long inseam.
You're just freakishly fucking large.
Hey,
I got the same inseam you do, hero.
Hey, he's just
Yeah,
as
I'm a
tall
foot
laying
taller
down
than
as he is standing up.
Oh, let me go.
Especially right now. Hey.
So you say true, Dave. You say false,
Yes.
Dale. It is Dale. I hope I'm not messing his name up.
No. I'm
bad.
just thinking.
Okay.
I have too much of like a analytical science type
That's good.
brain
That's good.
Yeah.
that. But
It'll
I've
screw
never
you up
thought-
on this shit. I'll tell
All
you right
good
now.
truck
That's what-
drivers
yeah.
do.
because I overthink this because
Oh, Bill Jr.
I don't know exactly what earwax is because technically any doctor you go to, they don't call it earwax. They have some fancy, $15 word that only they can say. And it kind of makes sense that it would be some type of secretion from a gland instead of
There ain't
So
no
I'm thinking
glands
it
in
could
there.
be true.
Look at that. He even talking glands. Stick
It's
a Q-tip
true.
in your ear, spin it.
It's
When
true,
you-
Dave. You're wrong.
I'm wrong.
Yep.
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
And I forgot to convert this one. It says you
Is it
produce about
Chinese?
400,000 liters of
That's
spit.
40,000.
40,000 liters of spit in your lifetime. Or to put it another way, enough spit to fill around 500 bathtubs.
Well, is that when I'm sleeping? Because I got quite a pile when I'm
We're
drooling.
not talking about drool on your pillow, Dave.
Oh, okay. That's not the same thing.
No, that is the same thing.
I know it is, but he's the one that made the question.
Boy, I don't know about this
Dave-
one.
Dave's
I don't
thinking
even
of,
know how you could qualify it.
Well, I have a sinus problem,
wet
so
dreams
I've
that
got
he's
that.
thinking of.
Yeah, I got this way blah 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 blah, blah beat. That's
Yeah,
a-
that's true.
wrong.
That's the obvious flaw in all this. That
Yeah.
it just assumes that everybody's got the same amount of spit.
Yeah, I'm way over that a year. That's a year for me.
That says lifetime, though.
I know what it says, but I'm telling you, I can on a good day I can
Man,
get
I
a
don't know
loogie
about
every
this
about
one.
6 foot.
This one's difficult.
Dave's going false.
I'm going true. What are you going, Bill?
True.
Dale?
He's thinking.
That's a lot. I was trying.
Converting liters to gallons?
I
3.4?
drove up in Canada. I delivered for two different companies.
She's
was
got to
up in
drive
Canada
120
for
mile an hour.
I was up there for like 5 or 6 years, so I got really good at converting stuff. But I haven't been in Canada in like 11 years, so I couldn't do the math anymore. That's still 40,000 liters because a liter is 33 ounces. That's a lot. I'd
That's
say
a semi-load.
Yep, 3.785 liters to 1 gallon.
I'd say it's false.
It is true. Same guys.
The same two Chinese dudes sitting in the park, coming up with stupid shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. The only muscle that never tires is the heart. Never gets tired.
No, but you can
Well,
break it.
That can be. That doesn't sound right though, because if you have a heart attack, it's tired. It stopped working.
Well,
Lack of blood. Broken heart. Come on.
technically, a heart attack is when it just isn't pumping
Yeah.
the way it should. It gets all off. Yeah.
Number 6 is for Bill when we get to it here. It is true. I'll let Dave make paying attention. Okay, Bill, this is for you and Dave probably.
Okay.
Spread across your entire lifetime, most people spend an average of 1 whole year sitting on the toilet.
I'm about halfway there today.
Chilly night?
Man, I don't know what it was.
I do have chili in there.
Oh, do you? I had some this week too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can get on the accelerated program.
I say false on this one.
In
True.
case you haven't noticed, they've all been true so far.
Yeah, I know it.
It's them same two Chinese dudes again.
I know it.
Boy, they came up with a lot of
I
stuff.
told you
man.
I mailed it in today, but these are all funny.
Yeah. Apparently they don't have an orange bucket in their truck like I do.
Or blue, like I do.
I'm sorry, but it's probably brown by now, Dave.
No, it's still blue. I used the bags.
You have no idea what I've done to that bucket, and it's still blue.
Okay. It says here, on average, you fart enough in a day to fill a party balloon
Some
One?
days.
per day.
One party balloon?
One.
No.
Okay,
One of the-
flagellante.
Is it the kind that are real hard that you have the rubber band stretched to that you bounce?
the punchy balloons.
One of them.
No, the ones that are sewn together around the seam, the like foil ones.
Mylar is
You
what
mean
he's
like
talking
a tough?
about.
You like
That'll short out.
Mylar.
The
Mylar. Look
the-
at you and
Hey,
your.
dude, I'm educated.
Yeah.
they're made out of tough skin
all
jeans is
sorts
what
of
they're
stupid
made out of.
No, you wouldn't be able to hold that.
Those are the ones that can take out a whole power grid on a town when it hits the transformer.
You fill some tough skins with some helium, and the Air Force wouldn't be able to bring it down.
Wasn't that the Chinese did that with the balloon that flew over us?
That was what that was. It was a
Tough
pair of
skin.
somebody's tough
Okay,
skin
the
jeans.
last one of these, it says, you pee enough pee every month to fill a bathtub.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Depends
Maybe
what
more.
age you are.
That's every
'Cause
day.
when I was younger, I had one of them.
All I
trucker
need is the
kittens.
nights.
Yeah, now I can get up. I pee that in the night up 6 times.
Blood pressure meds will do that to you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, I
Uh,
agree.
I just found these all in. There was like 16 of them. I picked out the ones I thought was interesting to you guys.
The next one is correct. Hot water will turn into ice faster.
Yep, hot water will turn into ice faster than cold water.
Yep.
Did you know the Mona Lisa has no eyebrows?
Yeah,
but she has a brown
You know how
eye.
small that painting is, actually,
pretty
in
small.
reality. It's kind of
I
strange.
guess
how
it's
small it
however
is.
big I bring it up on the computer.
And the strongest muscle in the body is the tongue.
Yeah, I knew that. I thought it was your jaw.
I was telling him I can lick paint off a barn door with it.
By the way, speaking of paying
No,
off
I
a barn door,
knocked the wife off the bed with it one time.
yeah, you want to have some fun? Drop your pants in front of a calf once, see what happens.
That was in that movie Cowboy Way.
Yes, it was.
And
You'll
then,
regret that forever.
It says ants take a rest for around 8 minutes in a 12-hour period. That's not much rest.
Yeah, but 8 minutes is like 4 years for an ant.
Yeah, if you size it.
They're on a different dimension of.
And then
Space
the
time.
sentence "I am" is the shortest complete sentence in the English language. Did you know that?
I am
When
not.
when said without a predicate.
Predicate. Let's do it.
Can you say I'm?
"I am" in quotes, Dave?
Yeah, but I'd just say I'm.
I'm. That's conjunction, Dave.
Junction function.
I knew that was
What's yours?
I'm just
Schoolhouse
a bit.
Rock.
Bill
That's
knew
where I
this one.
learned my
I'm
politics.
just a bill.
An ordinary bill.
I'm just a bill. Do you know how many of those videos there are? I looked that up on. There's a
Yes,
YouTube
a
channel,
bunch.
All the.
I tell you, I learned all
Schoolhouse
they,
this.
were, they
Rock.
were trying to teach kids back in the 70s, man.
That's the problem. Ain't nobody teaching nobody. Nah.
Nothing today. They won't even take you to school.
Don't
Sore
get me
subject.
started. Don't get me started. You know how much they gave us a little shit.
I'm gonna
For
give
me-
him a bus pass on his truck. so he
Well,
can put it
I
on the
was
site.
because it was my wanderings on Mintcast, and I kind of went off
Hold
the
on.
rails.
What are wanderings, Bill?
That's where we talk about stuff that we're doing individually.
It's what
Just-
we're doing. They actually named their show with parts.
Yeah, it's all segmented out. But I've used my wanderings to vent a little bit about the state of transportation in Fort Wayne Community Schools. Yes, I said the name. And somebody got mad because we were talking about politics.
By the way,
talking about politics.
did you tell our new guy do not call the state cops DOT? He goes, I don't plow snow. What do you call me?
Like, look, Dick.
That guy was really nice, though. I
No,
mean,
He was nice, but it was
he
funny.
answered quite a bit of
Yeah.
questions and stuff.
Yeah,
we need to
he's the
repost
one
that
sat
video
down
one more
with us
time, I
at the-
think.
Yeah, we can link to
He
it
did.
again.
He did clear
You
up
know what?
the
I need
bullshit
to
and all the
start-
personal conveyance you guys lie about all the time.
Yeah, I need
I-
to
everything
start
he
posting
said-
some of those videos on or Facebook so people will see them.
I knew everything he said. I just don't want to hear
Ignored
it
it.
because
You just
once
don't
he-
want to agree with it because it gets you home.
I don't want to hear him say it
Do
because
you
once
ever
I
use
hear
personal
him say,
conveyance, Dale?
Hmm?
You ever use personal conveyance?
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah,
legal
we're-
how you use it, or don't you know for sure?
it's not legal how anybody.
Yes,
Pretty
it
much.
is legal.
He explained it to us. Nobody's using it the right way.
I just did that. I did that coming home Monday. Now, you figure you do the math
See
here.
the smile on his face.
Now wait, when you say home, are you talking to the terminal or to your home?
Well, I parked my truck at the truck stop,
Okay,
which
that
is it's like 15, 20 minutes from here.
okay. So
but-
technically, you didn't advance the load and you went home, so it is legal.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I had a 17-hour day.
Now that wasn't
So
legal.
do we do the
That's what I'm saying. That's
exemption?
where there's the gray area because I was at used to be the Voss Truck Port. It's the TA now. They're in Cuba, Missouri. I left there at about 4:45 in the morning to so I wouldn't have to go through St. Louis rush hour. But I drove from there to Westchester, Ohio, just north of Cincinnati, and then
Union Center Boulevard.
Union Center, and then I left there, drove up to Springfield to the Loves, that new Loves that they built, to get fuel, and then from there drove to North Canton, and that was like about 685, almost 700 miles. Now the last 3 hours of that was personal conveyance, and the thing I questioned my company on, which I called them this before I left the receiver, was I need to get fuel because they instituted a couple years ago a fuel solution. They tell us where to get fuel at, and they wanted me to stop to get fuel in Springfield, and I called up our safety department and said, I'm on personal conveyance. Can I stop going on duty to get fuel and then go back on personal conveyance and drive home? And they're like, yeah,
Oh,
like-
no.
They don't know.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, actually, if you really want to get down to the brass tacks, I actually asked one, I think it was at the Lexington scale. This was like with a different company, and we had gone to the electronic logs. And the guy had a trainee, and he told me that he closed the scale, that I could just stay on the platform. And he
Which
was
should be
showing all
law.
this. Huh?
Which should be law. It pisses me off when scales close and say no truck parking. That should be truck parking.
Well, Kentucky allows them. But I'm just saying, I asked him if I needed to go around back, and he said, no, just stay on the platform. I closed the scale, and he said, you going anywhere urgently? And I go, no. And he said, good, I'm trying to get this trainee some time on the truck, and I'm a nice guy. I'm like, oh yeah, that's fine. And they were going over and yada yada yada, and I was they were looking at the log and all that, and the trainee actually asked the question about the personal conveyance, and while we were talking, and yeah, this when I said get down to brass tacks, technically, the way it's worded in was it 393 point whatever number it is. Personal conveyance, you cannot move the load forward. You have to go to the closest, safest spot, even if it's in the opposite direction of where you need to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then you cannot be under the direction of your company. And I can't remember what, there's like six of them, but those are the ones I can remember. Now, this is the two things that I question and my company is fine with, but I question is under the direction. Okay, we have to do a request for time off a week in advance. And that's just for their planning, which, that's their thing. I just go where they tell me. So that's direction. So when I was at Westchester, I was scheduled to go home because that was Monday, and I requested the 16th. Though I wish it was a little bit earlier in the day. This is the latest I've ever gotten home of this company. But anyways, under direction. Okay, well, technically, this is, like I said, the gray area. They were releasing me from work. They weren't telling me to go home. But they were also telling me that I needed to get fuel in Springfield. So would technically Westchester to Springfield be driving line, and then from Springfield to home be personal conveyance? That's, my thing, because I had to go on duty to get fuel.
The way I figured it with the electronic logs, it shouldn't let you do it if you're not allowed to do it, because it stops you from doing all sorts of other shit on your log,
Right.
being able to change stuff. So when you go, whatever you've done for the day, that log knows what you've done for the day. When you go over and say, okay, I'm going to go in there and click this and give a reason why, because they always ask you for a reason why.
Yeah, you have to fill it in.
And when you go over there and punch it, if you can't do it, it should not let you do it. It should come up a screen. Nope.
Yeah, but there's so much gray
Illegal.
area.
You can't. I know, but and
as
ones
far as the
we
reason
had
why,
there at Riley, I mean, you could do whatever you wanted to them things.
you still can.
Yeah.
Reason why.
I would-
Enter.
I was at the same Lexington scale.
I always just put shitter every time.
And this was this was the second company I had electronic logs. And I went on to the scale, and the guy came out to the platform, and he was actually asking for whatever level it is after 20 years. I still don't remember the level numbers for the inspections. He just basically was doing a document check. Driver's license, medical
Level 3.
card, bill of lading. Level 3, okay. I never remember if it's 1, 2, 3. I mean, 1 or 3. But
Bill was
so-
like you once and let the guy train a level 1 on him once too. So
No, that was level
So-
4.
So this was without the
That
without
was
the,
pants around the ankles and touching the fuel tank.
You already know. They called me
this-
Fuel Tank Frank.
Yeah, this was an officer about our age. So he's standing there as you're pulling up to the scale, and this truck's behind me as we're coming through, and he's like, document check. And I said, okay. And it used to be document check was part of your logs.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently document check now is basically license, registration, DOT card.
no physical.
And the physical, DOT
Yeah.
card. That's why I call it the DOT card. And so he looks at my license, looks at my medical card, looks at my registration, and I told him that I don't have the one for the trailer. It's on the phone. And he says, these things are base plated. I'm not going to worry about that. He says, I've never seen a trailer with expired plates, in like 40 years, because these
Because
things
they're
are
usually
like,
all pointed plates. They're good forever. Yeah.
yeah, they're appointed. That's why he said, "Don't worry about it." And then he hands me the stuff back, and I take this company had well, this a company I'm with now also has it mounted in the dash, but I take the Qualcomm off the dash and hand it to him. This was the funniest thing I ever heard a DOT officer say. I pick it up, I go like this. The hand. He looks at me, and he says, "Driver, put that damn thing down. I don't want the computer they put in my police cruiser. I sure as hell don't want yours."
Well, now when they do the DOT inspection, they have a spot in your tablet or whatever that they punch. They put their information in.
Yeah, they do
and
now.
It downloads it straight to their car, all your logs.
Yeah, this was like 7-8 years ago when,
Yeah.
when they didn't have that functionality in there. But it was just kind of funny. He's like, and he looked at me, and I clip it back on the holder, and he's like, "Besides, the only thing that I can get you for is form and manner, and after 40 years, I all know that you can't spell."
Well, on that bombshell, kids, it's been over an hour. We better get out of here.
Are we done?
Yeah, I think so.
Fine,
Dale, I
be that
appreciate
way.
you being on the show. Thanks a
thanks for
lot.
stopping by.
We had a lot of fun. We're gonna have to
That
have
was
you
fun.
back. Yeah. So, gee whiz, folks, go catch the YouTube, like and subscribe.
Hold on before we go any, guys. Yes, gentlemen and ladies, we are doing the Matt Show again this year.
Oh yeah, Mid America Trucking Show, March 21st, 22nd, 23rd.
Nailed
the
it.
Expos. Man, I'm on it. I'm in there like
Your
swimwear.
birthdays. That's
In Lakeland.
That's how I know it.
we have to take a birthday cake with him.
So yeah, the Expo Center in Louisville, Kentucky, be there.
We are
and
going
be
for
square.
cheesecake at what's the name of the
Oh
place?
man, what was
there
the name
you
of that place?
Ditto.
Dittos.
Dittos,
in
yes.
Ditto to
Louisville.
you.
Oh, my God.
And I think I'll
Yeah.
be getting one to go.
Yes.
Yeah. So I feel like we might overdo it. Like and subscribe on the YouTube. You can email us, show@3ftpodcast.org. You can comment directly on the website. We're on a couple of the socials. We're on
Facebook.
the Facebook.
Go in the chat room or marketplace, or not marketplace, but our three fat trucker
What we
page.
selling, Dave?
Whatever we can get a hold of, brother. How about that on Dave?
There we go. I got to start
off.
marketing stickers like that.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Anyway, we'll be back in 2 weeks. Until then, I've been Bill.
And you have your senile old trucker Dave.
And this is Steve. Thanks for stopping by. Have a wonderful week. Be safe out there.
Have a good
And
one,
I'm the
folks.
skinny one, Dale.
The skinny one, Dale.
Glad to have you, Dale.
All right.
Have a good
Good
one,
fun.
folks.
Thanks.